You can go to any home improvement store and get a variety of different blades. This is for soft metal and wood. This is just for wood alone. And then you can get these flat ones, are pretty handy for cutting pieces of wood. And then there's different sanding discs that you can get for it. It's all pretty handy. Attaching it's a little bit of a pain. Not too bad, but you're not going to want to be changing these things out too frequently. The worst part of one of these tools is one of these things just does not last at all. And the other thing that's a little bit tricky about these guys is if you're using it to cut with. So if you're like using it in drywall, it works super fantastic because it just goes through drywall like butter. But if you're trying to cut a piece of metal or a piece of wood, it's just not quite as great because it's going to just eat through the blade, and then it's really hard to cut straight with one of these things. I had my metal blade right here. Yeah, here's a blade. Boy, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but I did a couple cuts with this thing, and I mean, this thing is just about smooth on top, which is really unfortunate because it works good when you have a fresh blade, and it's really fun to use, but they go south so quick. It's really disappointing. So if you're cutting metal, you're probably going to want to look at other things. Like if you wanted to cut a nail, get your rotating tool like a Dremel or the M12 rotating tool I reviewed earlier. Put the grinding or the cutting disc on there and go at it with one of those things. But the thing where it really shines is if you the sanding disc, put that on there, and it is really super easy to use. It's lightweight, the grip feels really good in your hand, and it sands like a dream. The bad part is if you have only this small battery that came with it, it doesn't last very long. So you either need a whole bunch of these guys or invest in this guy right here, and it's worth every penny because this lasts like 3 times longer. You'll be ready to take a break from sanding before this runs out of juice. So this is really the way to go. I'm going to put I'll put a blade on here and cut through something so you can kind of see what it's like, and we'll call her